Hey, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot. If you have air anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, Venus, or rising, you are in the right place. Hope that you've had a great week. We are going to do a reading here today for November 24th through December 1st. So I'm also going to give you a little bonus holiday reading too. So, if you're stressed or you're not really looking forward to the holidays, you're going to attract more of that. You're going to attract more stressful things and things that don't meet what you want. So if you're doing that, sit down and write a gratitude list. Start doing that every day. Just jot down a few things. I recently heard a story of a woman who made a gratitude list of 1,000 things. I thought that was pretty cool and thought I should try that too. That's a fun thing to do. So yeah, if you're cooking a holiday meal, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, don't stress about the meal. I've cooked dozens of holiday Thanksgiving dinners, and you get the hang of it after a while. I switched to a Reynolds bag for my turkey years ago, and I never would go back. You will not get a dry bird with that thing. If you use one of those, you won't regret it. So if you're worried about that, turkeys aren't very hard to cook anyway, but if you are concerned, I'd go pick one of those up and you're going to have a nice juicy bird, so if you do birds. All right, you guys, let's start with Gemini here, and then we'll work our way around to Libra and then Aquarius. All right, for Gemini this week. Next week, you guys, I'll be back with our December readings. So look forward to those. All right, Gemini here. Let's see what is going on for Gemini. Now, this is the past. You could have been dealing with a Capricorn. Could have been a very immature, kind of possessive relationship. Seven of Swords, Page of Wands here, High Priestess, Strength, interesting, the Lovers, and the Seven of Pentacles. Plus, you got the Two of Wands underneath it all. Okay, so in the past, this relationship looks like it was very immature, very, like I said, possessive, obsessive, just didn't have a lot of stability to it. So at some point you wanted to break free from it. I do think it was like a highly, it's one of those things in the beginning of a relationship, you're releasing all kinds of chemicals, you're releasing dopamine, and eventually that wears off. It doesn't actually take that long. And sometimes what can happen is then people start to get fickle or they start to get kind of agitated and start looking for the bad in people. What I see with this was probably a lot of going out. It's possible that there was somebody who was not honest for sure and possibly cheated on the other person. So the week ahead here, you need to watch out for somebody who might not have your best interest at heart. It might not be the same person. It could just be somebody else who's pissed off at the world and comes into your circle. And, you can always take a step around that person. If you can see it coming, I'd move out of the way. But then you have the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, I like this right next to the Ace of Wands and with the Two of Wands here too. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, could be you as Gemini, could be dealing with a Leo, Earth here for sure, Taurus, could be any of those. So, or a fire sign if I didn't say that. So with this Page of Wands, this is somebody who inspires other people to be creative, to be their best selves. This is somebody that you want to be around, even though it's a page and it can be kind of immature. In this case, I don't see that. I think it's really somebody who's encouraging, uplifting, fun to have around you, will be, a great person in what's coming up throughout the week. Overall, you have a great looking week ahead. Okay. I was going to do something else. What was it? Anyway. Oh, I know. So with this High Priestess too, I'm sorry, I got kind of distracted. I was looking for my other cards and I don't have them, but in any event, I think I mentioned this is Taurus energy. This is kind of in midweek or overarching, really. I almost feel it throughout the whole week. Somebody that wants to bring balance, very intelligent, you know, you can trust your intuition this week if you're having intuitive thoughts. I actually think, though, if you've got a love interest coming in, I kind of think they're gonna reserve some of their. You got interesting, but with the Two of Wands here too, I think they're gonna reserve some of that. You know, it's not like they're gonna come at you just like gangbusters, full of passion. I think they're gonna be kind of cautious, and they might not even tell you what they're thinking right away or feeling. So maybe this could be in the future, in the next couple months. I would say before the new year or around the new year time. So for now, you may still keep investing in yourself, and that could be, you know, you go and you eat your Thanksgiving meal, and then you go and you have really healthy foods all weekend long, so you're not just marinating in, you know, a bunch of high calories all weekend. You may decide to do that too. So that the rest of the week for Thanksgiving in particular, you've got the Two of Cups and the Chariot, so it could be a Cancer. If there's love coming through right now for you, it feels really good. It feels like somebody who, I think you're going to be cautious because of the Seven of Swords and the Devil energy here. Like, I do think you got burned by somebody, but I do think that this person coming through is going to be really secure and they're going to be fun to be around, but they're also going to be very thoughtful. This is somebody who thinks about other people. And again, even with this too, it's like they're kind of just thinking of you. So if you have something going on where it's like a love interest around Thanksgiving, otherwise, if it's just with your family, it's just going to be a really nice day to have together. You're not going to have strife or stress. Whoever this Seven of Swords is not going to affect you on Thanksgiving. So here's your Louise Hay Life Loves You card. I am lovable. The less I love myself, the harder it is for others to love me. The more I love myself, the easier it is for others to love me and for me to recognize how loved I am. Yeah, so sometimes I think that can happen too if we are, you know, in gratitude. It's not hard to see all the people that really do love us and want to be around us, and I almost can get to the point where I don't have time for everything. I love to go out and have coffee and stuff with people. I just don't have time all the time. Okay, so next here we have Libra, and you've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. All right, Queen of Swords, Five of Swords, and Ace of Cups. I like the order of that. To Temperance, that looks good. Three of Cups and the Hanged Man. And then, of course, you've got this Two of Wands underneath. So you could be dealing with an air sign here for sure. In the past, I think you invested a lot into something and you eventually took your rose-colored glasses off in that situation and saw it for what it was and had to separate. There was definitely a breakup here between you and somebody. It could be a family member, but there was definitely something where you were taking advantage of, Libra, and you're not going to put up with that. So this week with the Queen of Swords, one of the things when she appears, she always brings clarity. She also will cut things out of your life. So it's kind of like Spirit will you know, bring this in when you need to make a decision, because she's very clear-headed. This could be you, and not afraid to express herself. In fact, she's an incredible communicator. The Queen of Swords, out of the Swords energies, is one of the best in terms of being able to communicate and articulate her thoughts succinctly and in a way that is received clearly. So there's definitely going to be a change coming here. And if there's been some fighting and things like that, you may just put it out there like, hey, I'm just not going to participate in that. That's what I'm getting. It's more like you just saying, look, I'm not going to do that. So find somebody else, right, if you want to do that. And it's going to serve you well, because you're going to have a feeling of just abundance and love. And, you know, again, I feel like this vitality. There's going to be this vitality coming in this week where you just feel like you know what, I'm going to go out and do a little shopping, and I've got money to do that. I'm not putting everything on credit cards. I'm leisurely looking for gifts and feeling good about that if you want to do that. Or, you just want to maybe see some people that you haven't seen in a long time, and that'll go well. But you're definitely going to be going with the flow here with the Temperance card, right? You've got the 2 cups. If you're dealing with a water sign, certainly, I think you're going to have a great time if it is a water sign. But I think it's just going to be a very celebratory week for you, very carefree. I think all the BS is left behind you for this week, Libra. I just don't see you as having to navigate or deal with anybody that's really going to try to pull the wool over your eyes or do anything that's going to be really negative for you. I just don't see that at all. But with the Hanged Man, on the last card here, you've got the Hanged Man. And so with this, I do think you're going to be looking at things, and again, you're a Libra, so you're able to analyze things well anyway, but looking at things with a different perspective. If there's been, like I said, all this negative stuff in the past, your perspective may change on that. And I've had situations like that where it's like, I was brought through that to be brought to something else that was better for me. So this is Thanksgiving. Might be doing a little bit of drinking. If you have family members that like to have some wine and so forth, then you may be, so maybe kind of watch that, okay, Libra, so that you're not having too much. But with this Queen of Pentacles, I don't see that as being overindulgent because she's stable. And the Queen of Pentacles isn't going to end up getting 3 sheets to the wind like the 9 of Cups might. So it could be, too, if you have a family member that drinks too much, you might come in and kind of help them out so they don't make a complete asshole out of themselves in front of everybody. But anyway, it's still a nice energy either way. You're going to have a nice holiday with whoever you celebrate it with, and if you do celebrate it. I dedicate today to love. Notice how wonderful life can be when you approach each day with an attitude of love. An attitude of love and an attitude of gratitude. You do that and you cannot go wrong. Okay, we have 70,000 thoughts a day, and about 90% of them are the same thoughts that we thought yesterday. So quiet your mind and open your heart. I oftentimes will put my hand on my heart and just tell myself I'm open to the divine intelligence. I'm open to what the universe wants me to see today. This is for Aquarius. Page of Swords could be you. 7 of Wands and into, I like this, and into the 6 of Wands here. Knight of Swords right next to the page. That's interesting. Queen of Wands, the Magician, 5 of Cups, and 8 of Swords. So a lot of air in this one for you guys, Aquarius. So the Page of Swords is not a great communicator. He's not great with his wand. He's kind of unskilled with it. And seeing this too, this is like somebody trying to overcome an obstacle. It could be that you had a falling out with somebody and you wanted to make amends or wanted to rectify it. And they either weren't willing to do it, but it didn't end up mattering because you ended up being victorious in the situation. So even if the situation moved out of your energy, that was okay because it wasn't good for you to continue it that way anyway. But what I do see is somebody's going to be coming in with some quick communication. And, I don't see it as being anything negative. It may be somebody that calls or says, hey, let's get together. Or it could be somebody that says, I don't want to have any bad vibes between us. Let's try to work this out. With the King of Pentacles here, it could be work too. With the King of Pentacles, this is really nice and stable energy. And not, it's, even though he can be, he's in his power and it's a powerful energy, but it's not so intimidating. It's somebody who's going to be approachable, and that might be you too. With the Queen of Wands, I think you're going to just be kind of feeling good this week. And Aquarius, this is a great holiday for you if you do get together with your family because you tend to like to be around groups of people. And then with the Magician, if it's your heart's desire to have a nice holiday, a nice week ahead, you'll do that. If there's something you are intending on, be very deliberate about it. Be very clear about it. Set your intentions, and it will come into your reality, okay? Be open to be changing and be malleable to the universe, and you'll get what you want. Now, somebody here is looking at these spilled cups and has a lot of regret. It may be the guy with the Page of Swords energy. It might be that. And they're kind of just stuck. I feel like whoever this is very much stuck in the past. And I do think there was some kind of a relationship that ended. You have moved forward, or you are moving forward, and somebody is full of regret. I'm not going to say they aren't happy for you, but it's more like they're sad for themselves because they realize that you're probably not going to look back and go back to them. So whoever that was, they've done screwed up with you. So again, communication here. This is on Thanksgiving. And with the Four of Pentacles here, maybe... I got another one here too. I'm just going to get this out because I accidentally flipped it and thought, let's keep going. You know what I think this is? I think you're going to have, you're going to have communication. I don't think it's a lack, even though the Four of Pentacles here, he's kind of closed off and open, but then with the Sun, I think whoever it is, it might be, you're going to get what you can with them, okay? But I don't think you're going to let that... really disturb the energy of how things are supposed to be on Thanksgiving. I think, it's possible somebody will call and they'll be showing up late. Actually, that's actually what I'm getting. It's almost like somebody's going to be late, or something is not going to go quite as scheduled, but it won't matter. And I think that's the key to it in holidays. We don't want to set expectations, because when we start setting expectations, it's like premeditating a resentment. So stay clear of the expectations. Just to go with the flow. Enjoy your time, especially if you have time off. And yeah, be happy if you have a family around you. I am blessed. Take a few moments to count your blessings. Complete this sentence 10 times. One way life is loving me right now is... And complete that sentence. Everybody can complete that one. All right, air signs, looks good for your holiday and the week ahead. I'll be back next week with your December reading. Can you believe it? It's almost the end of the year here. I'm probably going to do some kind of a year ahead forecast too for everybody, because those are always fun to get. But I love you, and I will be back. If you haven't subscribed, please feel free to, and I will be back again next week.